Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and it's time for some more Tainted Grail. Now, today, at the time of recording, I mean technically it's after midnight, so it's technically tomorrow. But essentially today we had a small patch and a large announcement for this game. The small patch addressed a handful of 3 or 4 crashes and game-breaking bugs that I had not personally experienced, but they sound absolutely painful and frustrating, and I'm grateful to have not suffered them, and also feel that all the people who did will be grateful those have now been addressed. It also fixed a bug I was not aware existed, which is that apparently, which I must have experienced, apparently whenever a player loaded the game, the movement speed of the character, which is where it should, movement speed multiplier was reset to default every time they loaded a save. So this patch should now keep it consistent so that it stays whatever it was before. The big announcement was, of course, a release date. The game will be leaving early access and going into full release in about 4 weeks' time, on the 23rd of May at 5 in the afternoon Central European Time, so 6 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time, the time that, look, all Steam games release around 6 in the evening, sometimes 8 in the evening, very occasionally different times. Let's go run towards the bridge because I have a plan today. Now, I'm aware that Americans have a time zone called Central Time, or something, and they may be confused by Central European Time. Central European Time is GMT +1. And of course, since Greenwich Mean Time is also Universal Time, Universal Time Code UTC, yes, we're correct, because we created time zones, so no. Right, now, I would like to go back to the bridge and continue to face the brigands who are holed up there. Give them what for? Give them an absolute battering, and one of the leaders of these ruffians is also ensconced there. We've defeated one already, I believe, he says, quickly opening the map to check. Yeah, we got rid of one. But out here, where are we? Rusty Ardghal is waiting for us. So let's get our sword and shield ready. We really need a better shield. And let us continue on our way. I saw that. It looked like someone moved behind the rubble there. Additionally, we have not explored this path yet. Oh, it's a deer. That's fine. I definitely intend to do that at some point. I see the wolves are back. Nothing to do with Willoughby Chase. I never read that book, but it was on the bookcase in so many of the classrooms at school. I see you. Well, you're going to die then, aren't you?
Say your prayers!
And again, scum. Right, well look, since I'm here now, might as well work towards overburdening myself. Because I'll be trudging back when it's late and dark anyway. Yes, come face me, wolves. I heard you howl. I'm not sure what that is. I think that means we scored a critical hit. Do I have a smaller 30, 42? Do I have a smaller healing potion? 66. Right, 42, that's good. We've got loads of those. 25% health, sure, that'll do. Right. Now then. I'm not liking the distortion I see around weapons sometimes when moving or fighting. I will really appreciate it when this game is released if there is some significant optimization done. Because obviously currently, you know, the files aren't all sorted out in some sort of final form where they, you know, are all zipped down or something, or in smaller file sizes, or less demanding on system resources. Honestly, at the moment, I should not complain. The Oblivion remaster is more system intensive than this. Can I? Well, I've been detected. I don't even know if I've been up this yet, but I want to know. Aha! Well, they're coming to fight me anyway, so I might as well. Open this while I'm up here. Okay. How many of you are coming to strike me? Knaves, do pray tell. For I shall instruct my blade to have sexual intercourse with your facial features at a very high velocity. Oh, is it just you? Right. If that is the case... Well, that attracted a lot of attention. Got him. Uh-oh. Right. Let's drink up. And that looks very serious. Let's hope we can attract only him and not the other man. But they do both... No, wait. Yeah.
It's my lucky day. Your gold belongs to us. That's all you've got.
Well, it seemed to be enough. Oh, bloody hell, okay. Die! Leader of thugs. And now we can look forward to being over-encumbered all the way home. It's like this little piggy, but nothing to do with market. There we go. Excellent. Now, let's go slay that last vagabond and see what can be gained from their plunder, their ill-gotten gains. Right, we got a bow. Might as well utilize it to completely fail to hit him at range. Or... Okay. Oh, mate. You aren't even a warrior. You are. Let's Jon Snow this. You are a shitwanker with dogs who terrorizes sisters and will get killed with a sword. You're also apparently deranged, it says so over your life bar. So then, demented cur, face the justice of the sword.
Back to your hovel, coward.
Mate, joke's on you, I don't have a hovel. Love it. Killed him with the retaliatory strikes. Now. Ooh. We have new books. We have all these items, including the Bone Club, which requires 6 strength. Seems to do significantly more damage than the Grindilo clubs. Excellent stuff. So, Flasks of Havoc, a guide to splash concoctions. Author Rian the Restless. A good throw can win a fight before it even starts. That's where splash concoctions come in. Quick, brutal, and impossible to ignore. Chilling splash concoction. A shock of unnatural cold, numbing flesh and slowing movement. Perfect for stalling pursuers or making sure a foe's sword arm turns sluggish. Burning splash concoction. A volatile brew that clings like tar and burns like fury. Fire alone is bad enough, but when it sticks it becomes pure agony, so Greek fire. Razor splash concoction. Not all wounds come from blades. Shards, suspended in liquid, cut deep, shredding flesh and leaving victims bleeding with every step. Unless they're skeletons. Poison splash concoction. A corrupting mixture that seeps into wounds, lungs, and skin. The unlucky will choke, stumble, and weaken, their bodies betraying them. Flaming concoction. For when fire needs no patience, it ignites on impact, setting anything, or anyone, ablaze in an instant. Each is a weapon in its own right. Learn their uses well, and your enemies won't know what hit them, only that it hurts. And A Practical Guide to Profitable Armour by Alric the Brave Digger. Look, I've spent years digging graves, and if there's one thing I've learned, it's this. Dead men don't need their skin, or their bones, or much of anything, really. A shame to let it all rot when it could be put to good use. Take drowners, for example. Their skin turns tough from soaking in filth, almost like rawhide. Dry it out, treat it with salt and oil, and it makes a fine layer of padding. Light, flexible, and good against the cold. If you're feeling fancy, reinforce it with boiled leather. Then there are the undead grave walkers. The poor sods can crawl out of their coffins. Their bones, though, still solid. Grind 'em, mix 'em with resin, and you've got a fine sealant for armour. Keeps rust at bay and smells better than corpse gas. Now, I won't claim this work is noble, but a man's got to make a living, and if the dead can help, why not let 'em? Waste not, want not, I say. Now this teaches the drowners recipes that we already know, and the festering recipes that I believe we get after the drowner recipes in the blacksmith quest. Either way, we have now learned a number of valuable crafting recipes. Now, let's make sure we leave nothing behind. Sounds like a wolf. Interesting how it also sounded like a horn blast. You know, there's a cooking pot here. We may be able to utilize it. Oop. Another visual distortion. Well then, let's cook some food, raise some skills. Yeah, make an onion bun. They still haven't fixed this selection issue. Mashed potatoes, sure. Some hunter's stew. Fish soup. Apparently, we're going to make some soup with fish in. Even though the game still has the onion bun selected. Right, some cabbage rolls. And... really? Fish soup again? So be it. Well, we gained some experience, improving our skills. Here the bridge is shattered, and it resumes over there with someone patrolling. This is a big jump. We're not going to make that, even if we're in an American bus with Sandra Bullock and Keanu Reeves in one of the only 3 films I've ever seen him in. Then again, I've only seen her in about 3 films. You know, what was it? Speed, Demolition Man, and some film where she was an angry, abusive, divorced woman shouting down a phone aggressively at her ex-husband. Actually, that might have been 2 or 3 films where she was playing very similar roles. So apparently she's very funny and has been in other films, and it's great, and I haven't seen any of them, so maybe I should look into that at some point before I die. Oh, didn't quite make it. Okay. Alright. Smaller movement. There we go. Coins, some potions. Ah! And armor. What have we here? War-scarred brigand's armor. 4 less armor, but increases maximum stamina by 2. Weighs significantly less, so it would be good for a lighter build. What else did we get? Well, mostly potions and things that we can already we'll take that, that, and I believe we are nearly done here. Have we really done all these sacks? Nope. Yeah, make sure you get the ones underneath, because they're easy to miss if you're not careful. Now that I've fulfilled my episode plan, I'm not sure what I want to do next, really. I was fully anticipating maybe getting killed 2 or 3 times by the bandit leader, if he was anything like the one up there. So this one was slower, hit really hard, didn't necessarily hit that much harder. In fact, he seemed to be less deadly. He also had all his fingers, just like Fingerless Colm. But Fingerless Colm was wearing a necklace of fingers, which is now around our neck. So that could be why Fingerless, because of the fingers he removes from others, depriving them of, rather than the ones he has lost himself. How are we doing for time? Late enough that we should concern ourselves with our return journey. Additionally, options, controls. We do not seem to have a continuous motion hotkey, which is very annoying. Oh! Additionally, haha, some of you who have been obsessively demanding this for the last few years will be glad to know the developers are planning on releasing a third-person view playable option at release. I'm not in any hurry to see it myself, especially if the photo mode we have access to at the moment is anything to go by with the massive amounts of lag it creates. You know what, I can fight my way through this section. Possibly even using my two-handed axe. Let's try and get a bit of two-handed skill. Oh, wait, let's queue up some significant... We've only got 2 of those. Let's queue up some significant healing there as we trudge our way back through this area. Now, the only downside to fighting our way through here is that it will take time and delay our return. Yeah, come towards me. Or not. There we go. We don't appear to have leveled yet, but remember that the brigand leaders give a significant amount of experience reward for their demise. Mate, have you not... And there we have the E key still bound to attacking. Okay, there doesn't seem to be anyone over there. Ah, there he is. Ugh. Got you. Wow, we could loot him mid-air.
You'll be fertilising the soil.
Mate, I don't know if you've heard about this man called Druss,
I'll teach you to
but he would have
respect
fucked
me.
you up in one hit. We certainly need to work on that stamina, which comes from the strength ability score. And I'm sure there are others that we should be looking to improve as well. For now, though, we're just trying to get to the keep before Killian heads to bed. And then we can tell Killian about the people we have killed. Yeah, I know. I know. I'm not the one who named him. Ooh, the animal sign there for the deer looked like a monster coming across on the compass. I was like, ooh, what's coming to attack me? We're not in the weird night yet, are we? I don't see any signs of it. Let's stow our axe and use it, possibly as a walking aid as we hobble and drag our mighty load up this path, step by step. Yeah. Stag, don't you go shaking your antlers at me like that. You might end up being on the receiving end of an arrow at some point. The animals do seem far too calm and relaxed. At least it's not like Skyrim, where the animals run away from you but only along the roads, instead of running off into the bushes or something. It's like, no, they run directly along the roads because that's quicker. Or the most direct path to wherever they have decided a way is. Oh, my finger from holding the walk forwards key for so long. I wonder if someone could create a... There's the weird night. Which means it will be too late. So we'll go to bed, get a decent night's sleep, go get our rewards and presumably level up in the morning. Let's get out of the weirdness before checking how close we are to being level 13, or just not even check and go rest and enjoy the surprise of finding out, because look, discovering how near we are won't actually change how close we are. Obviously, when the game does hit full release, when the game is finally released, there will be a wipe of early access saves, because there will be, changes to the ways characters or locations of things work. Some item may have been moved to a different location but we haven't visited yet, or we should have picked up something we don't have or something, any number of things. They might change perk trees, right? Essentially, things that would be a problem for continuing existing saves. So we'll have to start again, which means obviously we'll allow Gwydion to rest while he has the honour of being the final early access character. And of course, once we have slept, the game will... Now, this will be interesting. Will this introduce the same bug that resets movement speed after resting? Or will that be one of the things they fix? Because that's not loading the game. Nope. No, the bug still exists, where you lose encumbrance upon rest. Presumably exists to let you go and dump stuff somewhere quickly. But let's be a little less quick about it. Let's take our time, stride across the courtyard in full pride. And then go humbly brag and boast about our achievements.
Please, state your business.
Well, look, I've killed some bandits.
Oh, I see you still have blood on your hands. Excellent.
And one of their leaders. I took care of Rusty Ardghal.
You managed to kill Rusty Ardghal? Well, well. A few months back, he supposedly took out a high-ranking red priest. So the big shots of Camelot were eager to see him dead. But it was you who finally pulled it off. And from what I hear, he was a tough bastard, surrounded by a gang of killers. Congratulations, and here's your reward.
Oh, he was surrounded by a small gang of killers.
Go, the hunter waits.
Including one particularly heavily armoured one, who gave me a really hard time, and there's our level. So before taking this level, what do we want? Okay, dexterity and perception, we want strength 4. Straight up, strength 4. Get that mace in gear. Fairly simple decision this level. That should give us better armor weight thresholds, not that I particularly mind being this heavily armored, as it builds a good skill synergy. Let's restore our weird soul power and level up. We want strength 4. I mean, we also want some more practicality, a bit of spirituality and perception, so we have a little bit of everything. And now we get to have some fun here. Obviously, this tree gets a lot of attention from me. We could increase our base armor value, gain non-base armor value that would be multiplied by this. I don't like this because it just encourages you to get lighter and lighter armor skills in play. It doesn't seem to make sense, except that it gives benefits to these. We could stack up more damage from the weight of our armor. 50% chance to recycle a single resource when crafting. And you know what? For all the points we put in strength, we should probably consider actually putting some points in strength. We could go building critical hit chance to presumably 6. Critical cascade. There's lots of nice fun stuff in this branch. Over here, we can add 10% of our maximum mana to our maximum health, which we can increase with this and by putting points into spirituality. Bigger spell power reduces targets critical hits of spells. Next spell, elemental damage applies to so this doesn't need to be from spellcasting. This could be from magical weapons. The projectile, so spell. Oh, I like that. Overkill. But this does seem to be mainly spellcasting. However, here, critical hit with a spell, which would then lead into these. Regenerate 2% of maximum mana per second for each dead body nearby, so you're kind of sucking the life out of them. I don't like that. That's very sort of necromantic, and there's probably more of that over there. Movement speed multiplier increases spell power by the same amount. That may be worth looking into if we were going for a high movement speed multiplier. Mana regeneration is doubled outside of combat. I mean, it's massive enough already. The parry tree would be interesting if we could actually successfully parry once, ever. Movement, dash costs less stamina, one more long dash, dashes come faster. So, sliding. How do we slide? I don't know. Attack speed. Straight up, attack speed increases. Reduce time it takes to change weapons. That could be very handy. Increase attack speed by 10% for 5 seconds after killing an enemy. Yeah. Obviously we like our endurance skills, and this one, blocking drains 10% less damage. Oh wait, we got this for a reason. Reduce damage taken by 5% while a shield is equipped. That seems very, very good. In fact, blocking spells and projectiles seems really nice. I want to grab this. And the next one is 10, so I can go up to 15% straight up damage reduction. Which I presume is added to our armor already. Whoa! Hello everybody. Didn't expect you all to be around me at that moment in time. Let's go see the merchant first, because we can sell off the lighter things, which will lighten our load as we carry all the heavy things to the smith. We should also probably indulge in some crafting. That sounds like fun and something I should definitely endeavour to do. Right. We can sell that because it's not that impressive. So we've made festering gear already. Yeah, I can sell those. If at some point we need to impersonate some sort of nobleman, we should definitely keep this stuff together. And it would be nice to hit level 14. Yeah, I want to keep those just so I can build up some sort of lighter armor skills at some point if I want to. Because we are close to leveling medium armor after all. What have we here that we could absolutely ditch those and that? Excellent. Interesting. We're still... No. No, we are still overburdened. But interesting that we can now slow it down again. Right, we should also be able to chop some more wood. And maybe make repairs to the village. How much wood do we have at the moment? I haven't been keeping track. If we just used a load, then hey, it is what it is. Let's see. 14 wood. Let's chop away. And as we do, let's think of the rewards for helping the villagers. The happy smiles on their faces, they feel marginally less shit. We do absolutely want to be hitting Endurance 8. But we don't have the skills yet to create the armor that... Wait, why are we lighter? Oh, game. That's more like it. So do we have to pick something up again to reinstate our overburdened status? Because releasing things, it hasn't done it. It will be interesting to see if they bring back the ability to recycle junk into crafting components at release. Let's sell some stuff. We have 48 wood. We could buy 2 wood. Or we could just be patient and wait. We can utilize this now, so... Look. I know these are terrible. I appreciate your generosity in taking them off my hands. This does now require... Right, now I want to bring up an issue about this broadaxe. It uses the exact same in-game model as the battle axe, unless they fixed it this patch. We can use that, and it's probably an upgrade. So, just to be clear, this axe, this model, this model, this axe, nice curving blade, different wraps on the haft, exact same model. I don't know what has happened. I'm gonna just hope they intend to fix it for release. Also, we have our lovely mace now that gives us back health on kills. And a bow. Which is a definite upgrade. Right, let's go like that. And put our new shiny metal mace away. And say, oh dear merchant, we would like to give you some better quality items than the ones we have already parted with. There you go. As for these, this can absolutely go. That's 5 strength, 7 strength, 6. So 5, 5, 6, 7. Nice of them to be arranged in numerical order for me. And we can part with that. Then we can go look at the crafting bench and see what we can make. Okay, we could do some leather stuff. That's like, you know, only 25% chance of making rubbish. Wooden arrow from broken arrows. We'll do that. Almost all of these things would require wood. What are we trying to make? 5. We are trying to make Drowner's armor. Okay. For which we require 5 iron, 10, 15 iron. We do have a decent amount of money. If we go 20 iron to try and overpower it a little, neither of those items require, what do you call it? You know, wood. We are going to have to be a little careful on the overpowering front because we do not have... Do we need leather for the body piece? I think we might. Because we don't have many sources where we can go and mine out metal. Right. 6. Okay. So if we go... there's no Drowner's tongues here. So we pump them all into this. Go like that. We can try it. Flayed Drowner's conch +1. Excellent. And then for the body part, we need 2 Drowner's tongues. Well, bugger. Messed that up, didn't I? Okay. Okay, well. It's something. We're not going to waste a whole load of metal on this again. Well, we can get Drowner's tongues from down on the shore. We're still overburdened. What are we... It's for wood. It's got to be for wood, right? Also, we'll go sell off those wooden arrows. And then we should cook some food. Excellent idea. That may even reduce our weight somewhat. Right. Arrows. We have 7 copper throwing knives. Let's part with those. Dull throwing knife. That can go. Okay, they look different. But we can make better. So let's part with both of those. Oh, and this. And that. Right. I can sell that for 300. 2 maximum stamina isn't very much. And I haven't even sold these yet. There we go. Ooh. I mean, it won't free up very much carrying weight. And we've got this to look forwards to, so yes. There we go. Right, let's go... Yeah, absolutely, let's go hunt some metal and hunt some drowners. Fortunately, we know a place where we might be able to find both. Let's dash out into the countryside and hope to return to the keep before the weird night settles upon us. I'm thinking, of course, of the beach down there, but actually the village on the beach on the other side might be another good place to check. Let's just go check as many metal veins as we can to see if they have reappeared. That would appear to not be the case, which means that down on the beach there's also probably not returned. In the flooded village there might be something for us. We are wearing something on our head. Yes, because of the rain. Okay, that's good. So these have increased. We got slightly more stamina. It's all fine, right? I somewhat wish the brigands would not constantly repopulate, because how the hell do they survive the weird night, right? But without them being there, it would be very challenging for us to try and endure the ordeals of the world. They give us a sort of training area where we can improve our skills. Okay, there is a man walking in the distance there. He might be the only one, but he might not. I see the dead. And we do need to... There you are. Look, that must have got his attention, right? Also, the draw speed on this bow is painful. And the stamina use. It's like trying to... It's like the suitors trying to use Odysseus' bow, but they couldn't even string it. And in all fairness, stringing a bow is one of the hardest things about it, because you're having to try and bend it without having the pull of the string. Come on! Seriously. Game, I tire of your invisible walls. We come seeking the tongues of drowners. So far we got a heart. And I see metal over there. Oh, and maybe there. Excellent. Could you stand still, please? Wonderful. I'm liking the range on this bow. I mean, it's not quite... Oh, shit. Well... I don't suppose you got 2 drowner's tongues on you by any chance. And you're not even a drowner. Well, there's one. That's good. Let's hold our mace and pretend we are going to use it, and it will be really amazing. Iron... That's great. Copper or iron? Iron! Excellent. Let's use that potion. What? I didn't press use, I pressed cycle. Okay, so now we can equip something... 15... I mean, it would get rid of them, wouldn't it? I don't think there's going to be any more metal here in the village. But drowners, on the other hand... Yeah, you are probably too far. But you're a drowner. Which means we could get really ambitious and go, you bastard. Come on, you're right there. That's more like it. Now, we shot a drowner somewhere around here. He should have some stuff on him. Hopefully we can salvage a tongue and he didn't... Nope. No tongue. Must have damaged it as he died. You are getting shot at. Yes, please. More arrows. These ones with the conch on their head are a bit tougher. Nope! Sorry, I didn't want to get exploded on. Now, we've got a mace and shield and we're fucking hell. Yeah, you just stand there and get hit. Got the bastard. Oh, what was that? That was a bit of a lag spike. Right. Dear zombie, I'm just walking over here to loot this body. Got a tongue. Excellent. And now, all's fair in love and mace. Wow. Gotta watch that time, right? You. Wow! You dodged me! That's what you get for dodging. Don't worry, I do it sometimes too. Right, well, I'm off out of here. While I still can, and you know what else, actually? Let's utilize one of those small potions to get rid of it. Just in case the night falls and we are absolutely waylaid by wicked things upon our return journey. Now then. Oh! Yeah. I just remembered something funny. When this game reaches full release, it will feature horse armor. Some fancy golden horse armor that does not protect your horse in any way, but looks very nice as a vanity item in a single player game. Yes, they're taking the piss. They love Oblivion too, but they might actually put it in the game, and they seem to be genuinely serious about it existing. Yeah. The screenshot looked very nice. Well, the two screenshots actually, they showed us different angles. Yeah, it looked very fancy. I mean, I haven't even ridden a horse in this game yet. Just travel by Shanks's pony. Here, there, everywhere, trudging along, trudging around, and we've got the stuff to make the other bit, so let's go do that. And then in the morning, hopefully there'll be enough wood for us to go down to the village and make some repairs to the monument to the sea creature. Yeah. You can see it's getting that warm evening glow as dusk is approaching. We are indeed heading towards the west. The sun is setting behind what technically counts as a castle. You know what, because we are using so many ingredients, right, 2 tongues. We don't need these for anything else, so we're pumping that in there, right? If we put in 2 extra and go for that. Hey! It's weak, but we made it. I made the armor based on your notes.
You've done it again! Oh, there's real craftsmanship in this one. Keep this up, and folks will be coming to you instead of me. Oh, I've got something else for you, friend. This one will make you sweat, but hopefully you'll come out as sharp as my finest blade.
Alright. He wants us to make Revenant armor, which I believe is from skeleton pieces. Oh, you know what? The Revenant's cowl increases melee damage and weak spot damage, and the body armor does the same. We should probably increase our skills a little bit before trying to make these. Iron Spear. It would be nice to... Let's recycle some broken arrows. It would indeed be pleasant to... oh, where was it? To not have to do something. I'm trying to remember where I was going with that, but never mind. It'll come to me. Spoiled me. I probably should just ditch that. Hey, I was going to do some cooking. I remembered I should cook in the evening before bed. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's go do that. It might get us some more experience points. Hooray! Oh yeah. Release the Kraken! And nothing else apparently. Okay. I reckon we should go get some sleep and then possibly plan where we're going to go on the next day as well. Looking at the episode length, I might have done a decent amount of time already. It feels really short though, as if I've not done very much. Probably because I planned everything out and then executed the plan relatively quickly and then went, oh, what am I going to do next? I know. Let's go check the wood situation. Hey, because if we can get enough wood, we can go down to the village and complete another objective. Hurrah! That'll give me even less things to do in the next episode. Sure, let's put on a bit of a burst of speed. And hopefully there won't be any more wood-intensive tasks, and we'll be able to start gathering wood for our... Okay, 10. Ooh, bit of lag there after drawing the axe. Let's go down to the beach. It's like going down to the woods today with the teddy bears, but no woods and no teddy bears and a beach instead, and no picnic. Maybe we brought a picnic. We cooked a load of food last night. It's all gone cold and manky, and someone's going to go, yeah, let's go and have a picnic and eat all the cold food with bees and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. And grass and soil that gets in everything, and you sit on a blanket and your ass hurts because the ground is hard, and they say, no, it's not because the blanket is... No, you're fucking lying. Well, have we not done this yet? Oh, wow, okay. Well, look, this looks pretty important, right? So let's do this. Bloody old game. There we go. Well, that's clean. It's not covered in moss anymore. There is a magnificent edifice. Not dissimilar to that one. Again, very much a sort of Dark Age Viking style carving. Whereas those are more Celtic. Well, that one is, anyway. I probably should explore up there at some point, and I need another 50 wood to mend this bit, which is going to be great. Why did I think I'd done that already? Oh well, never mind. I've mended one of them now. And you know what? We are like halfway to the next level already, so that's great. In terms of quests, we've what? We completed one. We've got a new crafting one. There we go. What new things do we have here? Ah, yes, the weak flayed drowner's carapace. Rubbish, but will help breathing underwater. Our 2 pieces of drowner's armor. Give me the... Well, look, we've got the water quest, right? Where we're going to have to try and get something from a shipwreck and get absolutely murdered with a great big sea monster that we can't even hope to fight. Absolute nightmare. With any luck, the shipwreck is sticking up out of the water. That's probably going to be a bastard to do. This path, does it just lead all the way over to there completely? Don't know. Interesting, but we can jog back up to the fortress and save the game, because I think we've done a decent amount here. I hope you're all pleased with the news of the upcoming release date. I mean, some of you might grumble that it's going to be too long to wait, and oh, how are we going to handle it? But you know what? It could be even longer. And the wait time's been flying by for me recently, even though it shouldn't with some of the hardships I've been undergoing. I've managed to keep things pleasant and soldier on through, and you know what? Yeah, another week's gone down. It barely feels like a moment since the last one ended, you know, so... Well, it feels like, you know, it's hardly been a week since it was a week ago. So that's all good. So now we have 8 pieces of wood. So we can imagine and pretend... Yeah, another 50 is a long way off. Yeah, these. We want to find... Ah, leather, okay. We do want to start making these pieces of armor at some point. Generate stamina 33% faster after overexerting yourself. That is probably better than what we currently have, to be honest. And a lot of these have stamina increases on. Ooh. What can we make? Okay, 4, 6 is 10. So if we go 8... Right. I'd rather have better odds without wasting so many ingredients. Hello. I'd like to have better chances. So the ranged weapons are the way to go for that. You know, I can make some more of these. Maybe I should work towards building a spear, but not right now. The wood does come back every day. Doesn't make massive differences though. Oof. Not great. They both use skulls. We can get more skulls. 5, 7. So we need more iron if we wanted to. 1, 2, 3, 4. Weak is only 54. But if we presume we'll get more bones, that's another matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't like that 20% fail chance. I mean, I'm not likely to wear these, but it will work towards quest completion. Anyway, that can wait for a future episode. One where hopefully we have successful questing and crafting. For now, though, I'm going to end this episode here. I hope you've enjoyed this one, and I'll look forward to seeing you all in the very next one. I'll say goodbye for now, though, and cheerio, everyone. See you all soon.